Good morning. Oh, there's Uta. What a perfect opportunity to come back on. We're at this point, a point that I have been dreading for a while that we would reach eventually. We are at the final chapter of Blue Reflection Second Light, which isn't meaning that you're going to be the final part of our journey through this game. As kind of been established as we've gone through this, I have agreed that because there is content to be seen in New Game Plus, we will be going through this game again on hard mode in NG Plus. So this isn't the last we'll see of it, but it doesn't change the fact this is the end of the main journey that we're approaching now. Which naturally... Can we access the final dungeon from here? Or do we have to access it from the roof? You have to go to the roof, okay. And there's still absolutely nothing. Okay. But this is still going to be the end of, like, you know, the main chunk of content. And it's like we're going to start seeing a lot of stuff we've seen before when we go into NG+. So this will be like the last, like, truly blind run of the game.
Yes.
Which, there's always going to be a small part of me that's like, you know, like, your first experience with some games is always the most, significant. And when you come back to it, you know, some of that magic is obviously not there anymore because you know what's to expect. I'll still love it, and I think it'll be really fun to kind of dissect... Wait, what's this say? Yuki asked me to do the final broadcast, but I had to decline. I don't think I could handle it. Oh! I have so many memories of everyone. If only I could write them all down and keep them forever. What's the comment? We never did figure out how to open 2A. We're saying goodbye to this school too. There are a few rooms we never got to see. How sad. Aww. This goddamn game. You're right here, Ori. You're getting your last cup of coffee. This is so hard. How do you deal with emotions you didn't even know you had? Yeah, you get your coffee. We talked about all sorts of stuff in here, like people we'd never seen appearing out of thin air. Thanks for everything, teachers. Okay, she's not quite as emotionally invested. Thanks for always looking out for us from behind the scenes, Prez. Yeah, because I'll say those rooms are always locked. I wonder if the President's and Teachers' Lounge will be unlocked as well in NG+. Because we were kind of figuring that maybe they will be. Right, there's that origin gate. Yep, the roof repairs still standing just fine. What's over here? All right, here goes nothing. Where are we? It's just space. The emotions we offered to Origin, they hit a snag along the way and have become empty space. Ooh. Ooh, the music as well. If I had to put it into words, it's... everyone's Heartscape. Everyone's Heartscape. Plenty of demons around though. That must be the form taken by our emotional distress. Yeah, we'll have to look for everyone's emotions while we take care of them. If this is a Heartscape, leave it to us. Yeah, I remember how everyone else's Heartscapes were like. First things first, we take a look around. We know the drill. You can always count on the exploration party. Let's go find everyone's emotions. Ooh, there's more here than I thought there would be. What's behind us, other than the exit? Oh, is that overhead then? The ladder bits? But you can see them right on the mini map. There's like ladder pieces. I'm guessing that's overhead. Like we're gonna go through, and then probably have to get stuff around here before we can move forward. I feel something. This is the fragment I sent out. You mean... Kokoro, touch the pedestal. If you do that, you'll be able to face your own emotions. Okay. Are you? Me? Tell me, what am I worried about? Will this really work? If I lose all my memories of this world, will I ever see the others again? That is my worry. I must remember everything that happened here. We spent a lot of time in this world together. We became strong together. The connection that I have with everyone won't be broken so easily. I'm not worried. Really? Yeah. Kokoro, what happened? I gave myself one last push. So these are your emotions. It's a warm glow, isn't it? Oh shit. She's effectively escaped. Oh no. That was the last nail. She's effectively made her link to Origin. She's effectively escaped. Oh no. This is going to get really sad, isn't it? Oh, look at how much we've had, just for the record. All of this, like, shenanigans and shit we've had. After all this game. Does it go all the way back to the very top? Yeah, it fucking does. Ooh, jeez. Kokoro left the group. What happened? It must be a sign that she's ready to leave Oasis and deliver her emotions to Origin. I see. That's actually a little sad. So now we just need to find everyone else's fragments and get our emotions in line. Yeah, then Origin should be able to hear us. I know we can do this. This is gonna... And there's everyone's emotions. This is gonna get really fucking sad really quick, isn't it? And then we have to touch all of these and go back to the one in the middle, I guess. Oh, the music, though. What is this big thing? I'm imagining it is just... Oh shit, it turns... Uh-oh. It turns some of the gears to make it so you can travel to certain areas. I think, but the problem is, this whole, like, that everyone's going to eventually disconnect from it, it's kind of going to become very obvious when everyone except Al can disconnect. Right? There's going to be a point where it will be very apparent, like, there's one person in this party who can't just leave. And then what do we do? Oh, jeez. So now it's her transformations, we have to worry about it later. It didn't drop anything, did it? I don't know if I should even be bothering fighting these enemies then. If they're not going to drop anything. I mean, I'll fight them for the sake of adding them to the record. To the record book. Because I imagine in New Game Plus we'll still have like our demon list, so it'll be nice to kind of be able to look at it and be like, okay, what did we and haven't we fought? Okay, so they do drop some things, just not much. Not much that we need to worry about. Oh, I see how we get up there. You can see there's a wire going across the upper path. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. There's something, but I don't think we can reach it from here. It says there's something we can do there with buddies. Oh, I didn't really want to fight you. I was trying to circle around. Alright, so I'm getting that feeling. I've talked about it in a previous stream, but it's like when I first went through, like, say, Persona 5, when you get to the Pride ship, it kind of hits you that you're near the end of the game all of a sudden. Like, you kind of reach it and you kind of go, oh, I'm at this point now. You know, like, it makes you stop for a second and kind of go, oh, okay, this is where I'm at now. And it kind of makes you take a step back, especially when, you know, when it's a game you love. And it's kind of hitting me here. Like, I'm kind of just walking around it and I'm like, yeah, this is the end of the game. Oh. Oh, shit. Okay, there's a mini-boss down there. And one of those memory things, and then we climb up that and ride that across to get to that one, and then we do, I guess that's just this corner, and you just take it in corners, so then we'd go down there and do those ones. That can't be comfy. That's such a metallic slide, that cannot be comfortable. Alright, bring it on. The last collection of mini bosses, I suppose. I imagine there'll be like 4, one in each corner. I think that's something else I will critique on this game compared to the first. The first also had, you know, normal enemies turned into bosses, but in this game it feels like it's a lot more common. And I don't think the actual major boss designs are as interesting as the ones from the first game. Mostly because they're not gargantuan, like, Goliath monsters or like monolith machines and whatnot, but they're still like, I think some of the boss designs were a little cooler in the first game. However, if I had to choose, I'd rather than keep this style than go back to the first. It's just something I hope for the third game, if there is one, which there better be, that in a third game they get a bit crazy with some of the boss designs again. So I'd love to see them try the sort of monolithic bosses that they're from the first game again, but using this style. I think they could get something to work with it, but maybe it was just too awkward for first attempt to really give it a good go. Which is why they kept everything a little bit more standard in places. I've already put the thing up, so we're good. That's why I waited to go set that up, because I knew it'd be easier just to do that. And then I can just set up another one after this attack, so we don't have to worry about it. Like that. Alright, it's definitely not going to survive to 15. I was going to say, will it survive? No, it will not. It will not survive the 15. Goodbye. Why lift this up? Also, how much strength has Hiyori got? That's like a huge stone, but what the fuck, Hiyori? Holy shit, look at this girl. How? It's like a giant stone pillar. Alright, let's see whose memory this is. Reina's. Alright, Reina. Are you worried you might lose Yuki again? The ash was the thing that first brought Yuki and I together, wasn't it? In a world without ash, will I ever meet Yuki? Why gamble everything away when we can live happily here? I know you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, that certainly does sound like me. But I'm not worried about never meeting Yuki. I know I'll meet her. This plan will work. That's why I choose to be here. Don't underestimate Yuki and me. First Kokoro Utsubo, now Reina Miyaoshi has left the group. Alright. Alright, Hiyori, fucking Superman Hiyori, lift up the stone pillar for me, thanks. Because even though, as I say that, it's a finished platform, you lose your balance, it's a long drop, so I guess maybe trying to go under it so you can crawl safely is a better option, but it still seems kind of crazy to me. Also, isn't there... Actually, not that I want to risk it. I'll say, isn't there kind of enough of a gap? Also, is this clipping into the wall? How are they lifting it up full stop? I want to know. I want answers. I had a feeling. I was like, this looks like a treasure chest. Ooh, oh my god, okay, that drops a lot of resources. We're not climbing... Okay, thank god. I was going to say, we're not climbing over this length, are we? I worry something will happen to the holder. You're overthinking things, Reina. Right, let's see whose this is. Oh, Kirara. What's Kirara's doubts? Is it even possible for Origin to understand our emotions? I should know better than anyone. Gods aren't that simple. I know. I know this, but I've chosen my path. I want to see everyone from the old world and from this world. I'm going to the new world with them. Kirara Kuno has left the group. It's so depressing. It's just like the group chat. Look, like all the face icons went from one end to the other, and they're just going to start cutting down. Oh, I hate this. Did we ever get Utsu's Kamikawa's art of cooking too? I think we did, but yeah, there it is. I saw it. It's just it counts as something else. You have to give. Okay. I was about to say. I was like, what happened there? So that's this corner done. So I guess we just go down to that one. It's quite a jump out. Then I think we need to twist the machine, because I don't know if we can go through that way. Actually, we can do this way going across. We just can't go that way down. I think. Oh no, actually we can. It's just where it's positioned. One goes higher up and it just looks like it over, so we'll go this way first. Oh, and this goes under the bridge. Interesting. Oh god, it's quite a long crawl. There we are. Another giant treasure box. Oh my god. Oh, why couldn't we get that kind of sand earlier in the game when I needed it? Why did I have to keep on doing through the ether creation? Alright, who's next? Hinako! Do I want to live in a world without them? If I leave this world, I'll probably never see Lime and Yuzu again. Is that really? My answer hasn't changed. Even if we grow apart, and I can't see them again, we'll always be connected. That's what I've decided to keep moving forward. But I'm weak too. Saying it out loud doesn't mean I'm not scared. But it's time to say goodbye. Hinako Shirai has left the group. There's something beautiful, but so sad about seeing them like all one by one get access to Oasis to be able to leave, because they're effectively free people now at this point. It's just when we go to the end, essentially they will be able to go. I think it will just be Al. I can almost guarantee that's how it's going to go. It will just be Al that can't. Hiyori, it wouldn't be the last dungeon you went hitting your head. Yeah, let's be careful. So the thing is, like, if you haven't been like that invested in the characters and whatnot, this moment might feel kind of dragged out, I can imagine. But for someone who's really, really given a fuck about these characters and really love them and adore all of them and what they represent and what they mean and what they do and all that, this is kind of like one giant heartache to do all this. Oh, so you can kind of shortcut across the top then, I'm guessing, but through that. Over there. I'm going to go straight across the roof. And it's part of the reason why I'm not talking so much, because it's genuinely, as dumb as it might sound, it's genuinely me kind of just processing it. I mean, like, fuck, we are at the end, and having to say goodbye to everyone. Like, there's like, this sense, I don't know how to explain it, like, this feeling, like, in my guts, that's kind of just, like, making me feel, like, slightly, like, oh, well, we're at this point, are we? It's not upset, because it's like they're getting their freedom, they're finding their way forward, they're reaching the end of the journey. It's like, so I'm happy, but at the same time it's like, fuck, this is gonna be like the end of a really, really good game. And I have to let this go. Well, even though we're not, because obviously we're doing the New Game Plus run very, very soon after. to get everything, but it's just the fact that we're at this point. Like, it's going to be probably worse for me when I actually get to this point again in NG+, because it'll be knowing, like, this is really the end of the road. I'm going to have to go move on and play something else afterwards. I know it's resisted, but whatever. You know what I need to use more often? The whole touching the touchpad after you put in an attack, so you don't have to spend all of your bar in one go. Like, just doing, like, that, and then pressing the touchpad. I'll wait for it to get closer, though. Actually, I can just do this. I've got more than enough time. Did it miss? We still have our shield. I think it just straight up missed. Oh, yeah, give it up. You're dead. Shio. Will you abandon them? All that time spent in the old world, all those important to me, our leader? Is rebuilding the world really what I want? Things may not be exactly the same in the new world, but the important things will remain. They'll all still be here in my heart. We'll take all the things we love with us to the new world. So don't worry. I'll be fine. We'll all be fine. Okay. Shio Kasuga has left the group. It's getting smaller. We got Yuki, Hiyori, Mio, Uta, Yuzu, and Lime left. So yeah, I was right. This just goes straight over the top. And there's loot here. I hope we can carry resources into NG+. Because that's so much sand. That'll help out so much with the early game. I was looking at that, I was like, oh, that's such a blessing. Where are we even going from here when we go down the ladder? That's right there, not guarded. Is that way up there? How the fuck do we get all the way up there? Oh, well, I guess we'll just circle around, but like, you know, that seems way up, way high up. Oh, fucking this game! It's just like, yeah, we know you needed sand at the start of the game, Rob, and had to like really grind for it to like search it out. So here's some blessings. Oh, fuck off! Fuck off! Ow! The fuck off! Are you doing that? Bullshit! Did you do that? How are we gonna get up? Fuck off! Are you getting? No way! How much strength has Kokoro got? What? Then we're gonna pull this back as well. These girls are superheroes. They all got fucking Superman strength. Thanks, Shio. Sending me to the goddamn moon. And one more as well for the road. Thank you, Hina. Yeah, I had a feeling there'd be something back here first. Okay, so that's how you get this high up. Yo. I hope there's a quicker way back down. There's like a slide or something that just takes us elsewhere, because that's kind of crazy. Alright, we'll see what this does first before I pick an option. Okay, and it's just charging up an attack, that's fine. The thing is, since our level carries over, at least I'm pretty sure it does, into NG+, our NG+ playthrough won't be as many sessions, because we won't need to fight as many enemies, especially if our resources also carry over. I can tell you right now, if our resources carry over as well, we won't need to fight that much. Outside, you know, like bosses and like maybe the odd encounter here and there for the sake of feeling something. Or testing out a mini-boss, or testing out an optional encounter that used to be difficult, to see what it's like in hard. Or 1v1. I'll save a lot of my final thoughts for like when the credits roll, but there are a couple things I really hope they expand upon in another game, and one of them are the 1v1s, because these are so fun. It's like I want to see them just go crazy with it. Hey Snow, I hope you're doing alright. Yeah, I've been kind of slowly but surely working my way through this game and radically falling in love with it. I adore this game. It's so goddamn good. You're kind of very late into the adventure, if I'm honest, because we were literally in the final chapter, final dungeon, disconnecting ourselves from like the oasis kind of deal. Okay, that mini-boss is dead. But I can highly, highly recommend this game. It's so fucking good. Oh, more nightmare berries. Okay, I'm glad we got some of them because I'll help out in NG+. Also, yeah, if you missed it on the past streams because of workshop, yeah, that's fine, dude. If you missed it, I've agreed that I will go through this game again pretty shortly after I'm done. I'll do it alongside other stuff, but essentially there's a bunch of story beats and the true ending only available in New Game Plus. And since there's also a hard mode for New Game Plus, I was like, well, that's a good excuse. And because I absolutely love this game, like genuinely, this is probably my game of the year of how much this game has just absorbed me. Some of the twists and turns, some of the character writing, fucking Yuki and Reina's relationship is the most adorable thing on the planet, and the fact that you can kind of sort of date one of the girls yourself, like I'm kind of sort of dating Yuki. Uta, sorry, not Yuki. Uta's Yuki. Speaking of Uta, speaking of best girl, the girl that I'm dating, let's see what her lingering doubts are. This could be a chance to create our ideal world, you know. That's not a bad idea. Right, I knew you'd see things my way. We're going to rebuild a world overflowing with love and dreams and kindness and all the other things I used to hate. Atta girl. Well, you better do it well. What do you mean? We're in this together. Ah! Uta Komagawa's left the group. The fact that this is like, once we entered the final dungeon, we find the lingering doubts of whatever character, solve them, and then they are forced out of the group chat because they're no longer connected to this realm. They're ready to leave and return back to their normal lives. So it's like, it's the slow but steady disconnect of all 12 party members we've got over the course of the game. Try to suit up. The first game admittedly is kind of clunky, but I have a lot of time and heart for it. This game's phenomenal. This game like severely turned my opinion around. I really liked the first one, don't get me wrong, but it had problems. But this game, it ironed a lot of that out. It's made a lot of changes. The game's like 3 times as long. I'm like 70 odd hours in, and I'm only now in the final dungeon. And like the amount of like, if you're into character-driven narratives, this game is a goldmine because it's like 90% character interactions. You know, going on dates, learning more about the characters and lives of the people around you. You know, all that sort of stuff. Like, there's so much involvement with the balance of the characters and whatnot. And I know I haven't even seen everything. I tried to see as much as I could, but I absolutely missed stuff along the way, which I hope I'll be able to clean up on New Game Plus. It's also, and like this, some people don't care about this stuff, and that's fine. Not everyone looks for this sort of stuff in a game, and I don't necessarily look for it. It's just if it happens, I very much appreciate that this game's done it. This game's LGBT Q plus I'm trying to think of the right word. Representation, that's it, is godly. The representation of how they handle it in this game is genuinely really well handled. Because they have a character. They have Reina. I don't know if you saw that stream, because that was a long while ago. Who is literally a girl who isn't sure of her emotions and is trying to find her way forward, and is kind of vulnerable how she feels, realizing she fell in love with another girl. And will do anything for her, and trying to find a way forward and understand where she is in her mindset. It's part of the reason why I love these two so much, because their growing relationship and how they eventually become lovers that rely on each other fully, and, you know, regularly go through like the work. So they don't just do like the TV show thing. I think I saw that. Oh, don't worry then. I won't spoil the events of it then, of what leads to these two getting together. You just need to know it's the sweetest and most wholesome goddamn thing I've seen in a very long time, of how these two eventually like, because Reina falls in love first, and it's eventually how it happens and how they end up getting together. It's the most adorable fucking thing. And if you max out someone's not social link, aka their talent level, yeah, but there's no "but you're both girls" bullshit that you see in a lot of anime stuff. There's no one of them's forced to have a bad ending, at least so far. It's just genuinely two souls that that become intertwined and genuinely love each other. Like, there's an optional scene you get where you bump into both Reina and Yuki like talking to one another, and they're looking for advice, for like dating advice. Neither of them are used to dating and they don't really know what to do, and it's like you can suggest things, and then when Al walks away, you can see that they actually do the suggestion. Like, at one point I said, "Yuki, why not just rest your head on Reina's lap at some point or something?" And they actually went and did that, and, you know, enjoyed each other's company. It was adorable as fuck. But if you max out someone's talent level to 10, that character will also confess their love to your main character, so you can turn it into Al's harem if you want. But I only maxed out Uta, so Uta is my girlfriend. Uta is Al's girlfriend now. And Uta is a real goddamn smooth criminal of how she said it, because she was talking about sunflowers and about how the sunflowers make her heart flutter because it reminds her of her grandmother. And then she eventually steered the conversation talking about how holding Al's hand makes her heart flutter in the exact same way. And I was like, okay, that's cute as fuck. Oh, the Hirihori sisters. They get to do theirs together. Uta is our enemy. Have you forgotten how much pain she caused everyone? Yeah, but that doesn't matter. That was the old her. Are you sure you can trust Uta Kamagawa's information? It might be a trick. Maybe it's all a lie, and Uta is trying to manipulate us to save herself. Yeah, because Uta, before she lost her memory, used to be a very sadistic, villainous type. But after she lost her memory, we discovered that it's actually because she sees herself as a very broken human being because of her lack of emotional and empathetic understanding. Which she's grown through, for the record, because if she completely lacked emotions and empathy, she wouldn't have fallen in love. Just throwing it out there. If we only look to the past, we'll never be able to move forward. We may not be able to change the past, but we can see who Uta is now. And we're moving forward, together, with everyone. So that's going to be Hiyori. Yeah, Hiyori Hirihara and Mio Hirihara have left the group. So that leaves me, Yuki, Yuzu, and Lime. Ah, we've gone from 12 to 4. I'm guessing Yuki, Yuzu, and Lime, and Ao I think I've been like theorizing it for a while. I think I know what out is and why she, like, her heartscape had to be forced out of her, and why her heartscape is connected to this. I think she was created. I don't think she's human, or like proper human. I think she was created by the god, the world system that made this. How do I actually get up there? Do I have to go around? It says there's an interactive point here. Is there something I can grab? Or is it above us? Let me see if I can zoom. Oh, no, that's definitely above us. That slab's there. That, you can just push that off and make a bridge. Okay, how do I get fucking around? Do I have to go all the way around? Oh, jeez. Because there's some pretty... For how, like... Because this game, same as the first game, this game's main central theme is empathy. Everything about this game revolves around the idea of and the themes of empathy. Like, everything has to do with it, and it's what makes these cars so lovable, because, you know, it's you get to empathize with them, you get to understand their struggles and find a way forward. The first game was a bit more cut and dry, where you literally had to, like, learn to understand someone to advance the plot. Whilst this game is a lot more subtle and feels more natural when you're talking to characters, that you, like, you know, you get to learn what their struggles are, you get to learn what's on the back of their mind, you get to learn, like, how you can just support them or put them on the right way to maybe help them help themselves. But just like the first game, there's also some pretty dark plot twists hidden within, and discovering them and then getting through them are part of the journey. And I'm hoping, just like the first game, that it leads to a happy ending. But I'm aware that in this game, it's you physically can't get the true ending on your first playthrough. You can only get it in New Game Plus, which is what's led to me eventually, alongside the fact that you unlock hard mode, and apparently hard mode's actually pretty brutal, me deciding that I will do an NG Plus playthrough. I may have said this in the past stream, but I'm a sucker for character development interactions in general. Yeah, then you'll absolutely love this game. I can say that, like, wholeheartedly. This game having a central theme of empathy, if you're someone who does get attached to, you know, like, video game characters or, you know, fictional characters in general, and you can empathize with them, this game will fuck you up. In a beautiful way, but it will fuck you up. In an absolutely, like, inspiring and beautiful and endearing and charming way. Because, like, every single side quest in the game leads to more little optional scenes, you learning more about the characters. You know, every time you build a new thing at the home base, because you can build new stuff, it leads to new destinations you can take people on dates to bounce off and learn things off. Like, it's why it's, well, other than the fact that I just love Uta in general, because Uta, like, you'll see if you watch through the stream or if you play it yourself, Uta went from the character I was the most wary of to my favourite character, not just in this game, but, like, one of my favourites ever, in the span of, like, 20 minutes after she was introduced. And it's because of the fact that she has absolutely no emotional or empathetical understanding, and she struggles to pick up on cues. She can't read the room. The way she processes things is different to a normal person. Although they don't say it, the easiest way to compare it, it's like they have a character that's got autism in this game. And I'm not saying that's exactly... Okay, everyone push the brick wall. That's okay. And I'm not saying, like, you know, that's exactly how it is or exactly how they're portraying it. But it led to Uta being a very interesting character in a game about you know, empathy, about having a character where everyone has to understand it, everyone knows about it. Suddenly have a character who's so out of it and so different, and yet is still welcomed wholeheartedly into this group. Like I said, the representation in this game, even outside LGBT, is phenomenal. The fact that this comes from, like, a quirky little Japanese studio that, you know, doesn't usually do, like, Japan don't have the best track record for doing this sort of stuff, and this game does it better than, you know, Western companies that like to think they're the masterminds of it. But this game just does it so naturally, because it doesn't, like, exaggerate, it doesn't over push, it doesn't, like, force it into the front line. It's just, these people are the way they are, and the game just rolls with it. And it feels more natural and more, like, honest than most games that do try and do representation. Because you know what I mean, like, everyone's played a game where they try and push that they've got the representation and whatnot, and it feels like it was the only thing they had in their writing arsenal. Or the only thing they were prepared to write into a character was whatever representation and nothing else. And it's like, man, was you just doing this to try and please people, or because you actually cared? Because I don't think it was the latter. I think it was just to try and tick a box and be like, yeah, see, we did this. Whilst this game feels like it cares. It feels like all the developers put in their own, like, actual emotions or their actual understanding and their actual care towards the topic into the game's writing, and you can feel it as you play it. And like I said, Uta was just like the glowing bright light to me. I adore Uta so goddamn much in this game. She's such a beautifully written character, and I adore every little scene I get to do with her. Especially because she has a slightly buried sadistic streak in her. Back from before she lost her memories, like she was very villainous, and when she did lose her memories, as she started to regain them, she realised she didn't want to be a part of that. Not personally a part of the LGBTQ plus community, but it makes me sound when characters aren't represented properly. Absolutely. Absolutely. Although I'm not, as in like I'm just some straight white dude. I have always been a big part of that community because some of my closest friends represent a lot of that, and I love those friends, and I always want to support them and encourage them on. And like, I would always want to be able to, like, promote them and show them off and be like, hey, look at this really cool person that I know. Like, look at this really cool, like, transgender friend that I have that's absolutely badass, and, like, and all that sort of stuff. I want to be able to always show how beautiful everyone in this world really can be. And when games can show that themselves, or like, a good film or whatnot, it does make me happy, because it's like, even if it's not me directly, it doesn't matter, it's the people I care about. Oh, speaking of it, here's our resident lesbian. Okay, let's see if Yuki's memories are involving Reina, because Reina's involved Yuki. I'm an anomaly here, remember? I'm dead. It's a miracle that I can be here with everyone. With Reina. But you're not dead, Yuki. You were resurrected. That's why I was about the happy ending. And I'm expecting an even greater miracle. If I had just stayed dead, I wouldn't have had to deal with all of this. I'm pretty tough to deal with, huh? I didn't have to say it like that. Okay, me, listen up. Being able to worry is just proof that I'm alive. Suffering is a part of life. Sometimes it's okay to run away, but now it's not one of those times. Today, I need to face my fears. Just you watch. I'm gonna make you regret bringing me back to life. She's like, yeah, fuck you, God. Yuki Kinjo's left the group. Now it's just Ao, Yuzu, and Lime. And then Yuzu and Lime are twins, so they'll be going together, I imagine. Sort of like how the Hirihara sisters did. So that's back the way we came and just circled round, I think. What was it? Oh, we opened that one. And so I think Ao's going to stay here, because I think the ultimate twist of this game, and they've been implying it a lot, when they talk about like the collective unconscious, this realm that all minds that have ever existed are connected to, it's been made extremely apparent to us and told to us repeatedly, Ao is not in it. Which means she's not human, or at least not connected to Earth. And not connected to humanity of some kind. Which led me to think that she's been created by this world system, the god that runs this strange realm, to either spy or fulfill something. And so when everyone leaves, because when we escape here, the big catch, that's why we're having to go clear up everyone's doubts, is that they're going to... our actual world has been destroyed, but they're going to use the world system, abuse God basically, to create a brand new one that fills in everything they lost. Like, brings back like everyone they've loved, all their friends and family, and everything like that. Problem is, they're going to forget everything that happened in this realm when they do that. Oh, I need to swivel this. Right? Yeah, I need to swivel this. Okay, where's the switch? And that's like, it's why there's like some doubts. Like Reina and Yuki, they loved each other from before all this happened, but they only met each other because of the world ending. It caused this rain of ash to affect the world, which caused Yuki to become sick and be moved to a new town for a new hospital, and that happened to be the one Reina was at, which is how they met. And so now with that changing, there's a chance they won't meet. But they just have to put their doubt aside and be like, no, we will meet again. We fell in love with the real world, lost our memories, and yet fell in love again here in the Oasis. We're destined to be soulmates. We're destined to be together. Okay, that isn't the right place. But then the other one, the big one, is if they're all going to forget their time in Oasis, Al only exists here. Everyone's going to forget the main character. Everyone's going to forget Al ever existed. Which is what I've been theorizing is going to be the difference between the normal ending and the New Game Plus true ending. I think when we finish this game, the normal ending is going to be, yes, they are going to forget Al, and Al's going to be left behind in this Oasis when everyone else finally gets to live their lives. Whilst the true ending is going to be they remember her and find a way to get her back somehow. That's entirely my theory, though. I don't know that for fact. Alright, let's see. It's going to be those two, isn't it? Because it says, yeah, because Al's not part of this. Al's the only one that's going to be left. It's going to be very tragic. Let's see what Yuzu and Lime's doubts are. Don't you know how dangerous this is? Let's just stay in Oasis forever. We may not know how much longer this world will last, but at least we can be with everyone. Ao, Kokoro, Yuki, Reina. Oh, Yuzu. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Oh, fuck. In the first game, Yuzu gave every single character nicknames. And it was shown in the subtitles. She's doing it again in this one, but they haven't subtitled it. Like, she was like Shishi, like Kirara, Utachi, Hiyori, and then Mio Mio. Like, she was still giving everyone nicknames, but they didn't subtitle it. Oh, that's kind of a shame. It'd be so much better if we could stay together. Also, I have no idea what I choked on. That was just thin air. Yeah, let's stay here forever. I don't want to be lonely. Hina. Won't you be lonely, Lime? Of course. I'll never see them again. But I have you, Yuzu. And I have you too. Oh god. And then now it's just us. We're the only one left in the group chat. Fuck. They weren't kidding when they said when you go to the final dungeon, you're never coming back to the hub world. Because we can't, yeah, look, they've all gone. We can't contact any of them for anything. That's tragic. That's like, that's kind of hit me a little, if I'm honest. Like, having this group chat throughout the entire game, you know, changing the fact that the group chat's name changes as the game's gone on. Like when we were trying to save Lime and the group chat was called Saving Private Lime. Or like when we was like going on adventures and it was called The Lovely Ladies Assembled as a Mondo passes us by. Like this, like the group chat, they made the group chat weirdly super integral to the story and like be a nice piece. Like you can see like so many conversations we've had and whatnot of like being able to bounce everyone. So reaching this point of like letting everyone go, you know, Kokoro Utsubo, Reina Miyachi, Kirara Kuno, Hinako Shirai, Shio Kasuga, Uta, my girl Uta Komagawa, Hiyori and Mio, Yuki Kinjo, and now Yuzuki and Lime. Which a small thing, I think they retconned Lime's name slightly. Because Lime's full first name is Raimu. The same as Yuzu is Yuzuki's. Yet in this game, they changed it to Yuzuki and Lime. Like, it's not Raimu anymore. And like, it's like, did they just, because Lime was a nickname in the first game, it's like, did they just change it to make it her actual name in the localization? Or is that a retcon? But that's everyone. Oh shit. Because Al doesn't get one because she technically doesn't exist. No, so now the path can go forward, I assume. In this giant machine. Really like how the group chat is used from what I've just... Yeah, like it's super integral to the plot. Anytime there's a lot of plot details and whatnot, they will share things or share notes or summon people through the group chat. Like literally, if you bring up your phone... All the individual chats are gone to... Oh, I was about to show off that you had individual chats with all the members as well. But because they've left the Oasis, they've left this realm, their chats have gone too. So, but you got the group chat that goes through absolutely everything in the game. And then this has been like the thing that's been here right from the very start, which has been alluding to the big plot twist I think this game's going to have. So wait to see how the story goes, see it change the plot development. Yeah. And it warped us back here. Alright. And what did that objective say? Just press on to the final battle. Yeah, brave the final battle. Can I just return to school and just to save before we press on? Just to save. Okay, everyone is still around here. We just can't go on dates anymore, I imagine. No, we can't go on any... Well, not that I don't think we had any dates left unlocked. I just wanted to like save quickly before we press on, just in case, you know, it hits shit creek. I'll save over file 0. Alright. Am I all good on resources? Let me check my items. Okay, yeah, I've got the stun gun, elixir, and some rat and baskets, and the Hades lunch for everything there. Everyone's the level cap, so I don't need to worry about levels. Games where you get pulled away from the main hub and can't leave dungeons make me feel so nervous. If it's you technically can, it's just the moment you leave for that final dungeon, you can't do any more side quests anymore. The main hub is the only place you feel safe, and when that's... yeah, like I've considered this home. Like, I've been talking about how nostalgic this place feels all game. Rooftop. No, it's not weird. Having a comfort zone in a game can be really reassuring regardless of what kind of game it is. And that's what hub worlds are designed for. Let's press on to this final battle. I wonder what the world system or origin, you know, the name of the god that runs this realm is. Oh, there's a mini-boss at the door at least first by the looks of it. You know what this actually reminds me of? To an extent? But this might be a bit of like a stretch. It reminds me of the final dungeon of Final Fantasy 13-2. Where it was like 13-2 was like a super broken, time-warped, like clockwork city that you had to run through. It kind of reminds me of that. Maybe that's just me. But no, this game, they really go out of their way to make the hub world feel extremely comfortable. There's a lot of little scenes and little quality of lives, and like even things like the characters set up bedrooms in the hub, and like at night you can see who's on what floor. Like all the more loose and goofy girls sleep on the ground floor, whilst all the more sensible and mature girls sleep on the second floor. Sort of thing. Like there's a lot of little details they didn't have to do. I can't confirm or deny that since my only Final Fantasy knowledge is 7. Fair enough. I'd recommend 13-2. The problem with 13-2 and 13LR is that it's tied to 13-1. And 13-1's like the most universally despised Final Fantasy game in the series. Which I personally think is overblown. It's not great. I'm not going to pretend it's like some secret treasure that people don't understand. Because it's not. It's got problems. But the hate the game gets is radically overblown. But because of it, a lot of people didn't bother with 13-2 or 13LR because they were like, why do I want to mess with more 13's world? But 13-2 was great. All of its time travel antics was really well done and really enjoyable, and it had a lighter. That's probably why I liked it. It had a much lighter atmosphere as a whole compared to the overly serious 13-1. You were just a pair of morons going on a time traveling adventure and seeing how things ended up. But the final dungeon was like this big broken city warped by time being messed around in it so much. So like glimmers of the past, present and future were like all intermerging. And it was like this giant clockwork machine going on and everything, and it just kind of reminds me of this. Well, this kind of reminds me of that, sorry. Well, this mini-boss is hitting kind of hard, you know, for us being at max level. I think that's what's good, that kind of makes me look forward to the New Game Plus run. The fact that New Game Plus is going to be in hard, and apparently, like, hard, you know, it's actually pretty tough in this game. I'm looking forward to trying to figure out and actually have to do boss strats again. Because this game is actually pretty tough in the opening couple dungeons where you don't have many resources. You find yourself leaving the dungeon to return back to your safety hub quite often. But once you start getting a mojo on and start getting a pattern with it, that happens less and less and less, and eventually you start steamrolling dungeons because you've got yourself so well equipped. So I'm looking forward to hard mode to see that be challenged again, to actually have to worry about the stealth mechanics again. Oh, hang on. Interesting. That pauses when you go into stealth mode. For a second I thought it just straight up stopped. Alright, what's higher up? The heart. The music changed. Okay, true final floor time, I imagine. Is that a shortcut there? I wonder what opens that up. And at the same time, I am prepared to admit, probably the only reason why I immediately thought of Final Fantasy is because, you know, I grew up with the franchise. I am I've played every single game in the series and beaten all but one of them. The only one I haven't beat is Lightning Returns, just because I exhausted myself trying to go through it. And the fact that that whole game's on a time limit makes it harder to approach, because it literally pulls a Majora's Mask. You have a set number of days to save the world, and the days are actually ticking down. And certain events and certain side quests are only available at certain points at certain days. The problem is, unlike Majora's Mask, where it's a 3-day cycle that, in the grand scheme of things, happens kind of quick, so it's quite quick to set things up, put things in motion. If it goes wrong, reset. It's quite quick to get back to it. 13LR is 13 days, and so it's a lot more stretched out and can feel a lot more exhausting if you do something wrong and know you have to wait for another cycle or something. Especially if you go to the wrong location first, because there's 3 central areas you have to go to, and if you go to the city of the 3, the city is littered to the brim of you can't advance this point until the following night, or you can't advance past this point until the following day. And so by the time you escape it, you're so out, like you're so far ahead, it puts the pressure on. Whilst if you go to it like 2nd or 3rd, because you know it's the only thing left, you're a bit more chilled out with it and be like, oh, okay, I need to wait till the night, so I'll go to the other area, and when it's night, just come back to this city. And then when it is, you just go do that, and when it says, oh, okay, it's something for the next morning, you go, oh, okay, I'll go over to like the desert realm again, and whatnot, so it's easier to plan around. But if you just go there first, it can be a bit like, I have to wait for what? And I've got a what? But I'm already burning through time? Uh-oh. Oh, what do I... Uh-oh. And then the panic sets in. Okay, can I break away this? That's what the Star Smasher's for. There was a point in the game where we got to make one, and I always thought it was weird that this existed. I was like, what do you mean, remove obstacle? This is to open up the shortcut. It's a fucking basketball. but I'm not going to question it. So there's the shortcut. Alright. Meteorite fragment? What? Okay, I'm going to just, I'm glad I saved then. Oh, I just heard the game's main theme leitmotif for a split second there. I heard the dun 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 dun. I'm gonna hope that I really hope my resources carry over into NG+, because I want to see what I can do with meteorite fragments. I wasn't expecting to pick up any new resources in the final dungeon of the game, I'll be honest. Oh. Did that gate come up behind us and I just didn't notice? Are we... Okay, no, never mind, we can leave. I was gonna say, are we stuck here now? But that little piano melody, that dun 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 that you hear in every other track, that's the game's main theme, and they made it a leitmotif that shows up from time to time. I say time from time, it shows up a lot. But because piano is my favourite instrument, I notice it every time. But almost every single track in the game has that leitmotif somewhere in there. And I think I'm pronouncing it right. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. It's pretty like leitmotif or something like that. Excuse me, because I'm not bothering fighting enemies too much because I'm at the level cap. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Okay, fair enough. Ah! Get away! So I'm at the level cap, so it's like it doesn't feel like it's that worth it. I'm fighting like new enemies at least once to kind of get them logged on the list to be like, hey, I have fought them. But the level cap's only 50, which is something that is probably like one of the very few things I've actually criticised. I wish it wasn't, because we hit the level cap like 3 dungeons ago. And I'm aware doing the 2 DLC dungeons as well didn't help. That really kind of bumped up our level quite a lot, especially the Riser dungeon, because of how much experience the later enemies drop in that. But still, because the first game was also level 50, but it made sense in the first game, because the first game, part of its clunkiness, there was no experience system. You leveled up by completing quests and getting closer with people. If you maxed out a like talent level and got super close with someone, you got more levels. So you had to side quest. You couldn't just grind because you never got experience from grinding. So the level cap being 50 made sense because it was basically you 100% the game. You hit level 50. Whilst in this, where it's got a traditional experience system instead, it just feels slightly stranger that 50 is still the cap. But I kind of feel like it shouldn't have been. Like maybe it should have been like 70. Oh, I didn't get to see what I got picked up there. Because we were actually, in an earlier stream, we thought it was 70. But then when we hit 50 and I stopped leveling up beyond it, I went, oh, okay, maybe, never mind then. But I say that, even though we're at the level cap, these enemies are still proving a threat, so they very much expect you to hit level 50 by the seams of it. Especially because, I'll just use a Rattan. I'm saving the Hadeses until the final boss because they're so much better. Or the elixirs if like push comes to shove. Okay, can you like actually like heal please, Chio? Whilst we wait for Hiyori to drop an item to buff everyone as well. Because I was starting to get a little nervous. How's that enemy still alive? There we go. Okay, we got more sand. I'm honestly really... If we do carry over our resources, that makes me happy that we're getting so much sand. Because early game on my original... on this playthrough, there were some things that required a lot of sand to make, and I had like none. Ooh, what's up here? Oh, it's a reskin of this boss, okay. Or a recolor. Okay, so we're just fighting previous major bosses as reskinned mini-bosses now. Good to know. This must be the end game. As we continue our journey to fight God, because what kind of JRPG would this be if we didn't? It is kind of funny that we were talking about it in the last stream that the first objective, the real objective in this game, is to repair a leaky roof. Where it's raining and it's like there's dripping in the hub world. There's like a hole in the roof, so the water's leaking through. So you have to make a repair kit to try and fix the hole in the roof. And it's like the game starts on that and it ends on us fighting gods to completely rebuild the world because our world's been destroyed. We're the last remaining like 1% of humanity because everything else has ceased to exist. And so it wouldn't be a JRPG if it wouldn't. If you just transition from your first quest being get milk and bread, and then the last quest being defeat God. Okay, you're charging that up. Okay, I'll just wait for that to tick on through, and that'll be a good time. I'll just do it now. Gotta protect that combo count, keep the damage multiplier going. Ow, ow, ow. And, you know, make the defense while I can. Oh, my cat went missing, and they'd be like, oh my god, I've taken your world and your memories of all that you love. Yeah, exactly. I'm letting my meter burn because I want to see if we can get this combo count to 15 before this boss dies. Nice. Okay, what am I feeling? We'll do Rice Showdown. Rice Showdown's fun. Get the button. I still think my favourite resonance, or my favourite super, is Hina's because of the giant laser beam. This is crazy too, don't get me wrong. Hina's because of the giant laser beam, or Reina's because of how ridiculous it is. Where she literally throws owl at the enemy. I say that Hiyori's is insane as well. Riding in on a kiddie ride, but using it like a motorbike with like a pack of wolves chasing her. That one's kind of like, what the fuck? Right, what's over here for it to be like such a off the beaten path from the end? Other than a tunnel to get, so we get one more like, one more booty shot of Owl. Okay, plenty of enemies, and I can see one green marker on the minimap for an item at least. It's just whether there's anything more significant in the back. Yeah, I can see the treasure chest, it's over here. And I can see another treasure chest it's guarding. I think I'm going to have to fight at least one of you, because I don't think I can really sneak past. No, okay. Give you one last degenerate camera angle before the game mentally and physically crushes you. To be fair, one of the things I will compliment, the first game, like, it wasn't like the most gratuitous, but it did start to annoy me after a point how much fucking fan service was in it. Like, they took every opportunity they could to put the girls in their underwear, or have Hina take a bath and you'd like get this, so you could see more of her body sort of thing. And it was just kind of like, come on guys. And so the fact that this game toned it down severely and is instead leaning on like, you know, the actual game's charm and writing for the most part instead do it. And there's only been like one or two really noticeable fan servicey moment other than just, you know, maybe the odd suspicious camera angle like that. I genuinely kind of appreciate it. Don't get me wrong, like, I'm not entirely against fan servicey moments as long as it doesn't, I think I've talked about it before, my two rules. If it follows two rules, it can do whatever the fuck it wants. The first one is, does it matter? Is it significant to the story? If it's significant, go for it. If it doesn't make any sense why you're doing it, then I'm going to be hesitant. And the other one is, does it compromise the character? If the opinion towards a character, or like how you're supposed to think of the character, will be challenged in a negative way by them being like showing skin, or, you know, being nude or whatever, then don't do it. Don't jeopardize the character for it. But if it, you know, both makes sense in the story and doesn't jeopardize the character, then do what you want. Because at that point it is just, you know, fan service. That's a nice wink to the audience without being too much, you know? You mentioned that this game's somebody's underwear color. Yeah, in the first game, you know, the more fan servicey first game, there was a character who was supposed to represent like the yang to Hina's yin. Although they had very similar backgrounds, one saw the glass half full, the other saw it half empty, and it led them down very different paths afterwards. And so they represented that by having one of them have pure white underwear and the other having pure black underwear. So even like when there's like little gym moments when they were getting changed to like a school thing, the representation of how different they were was still there. So, but this game doesn't seem to really do that, thankfully. Also, like, the first game also had shit like, if it rained, your clothes became see-through, and this game doesn't do that. So it's like, in the first game, if it rained and you walked outside, you just had to accept that every single girl you walked past, you could see in their underwear through their clothes. And that was kind of like, okay, I feel like a creep playing this game. Which is a shame, because the first game is really endearing and really charming too. It's just got so much fan service that like, there are a couple points where it was a bit more than an eyebrow raise, shall we say. Whilst this game has radically toned that down, and instead gone for a much more comfy and soft vibe, and I really prefer it. In fact, the proof is in the pudding, and the age rating for this game is lower than the first. In the UK, the first game had a 16+ age rating, whilst this has a 12+ fan service. Like, this game is aimed for for a slightly younger audience. It's like basically gone from like a mature to a teen, to give a comparison to like a US rating. Okay, yeah, man, I wonder if this is the final boss arena, and that's like the central computer controlling this world, and we're gonna go there and fight the final boss. Oh boy. Am I actually ready for this? Because I don't feel like I am. Let me check. No, not my requests. My fragments one last time. What have we got on everyone? Increased attack, increased likelihood of knocking a target down, increased knockback dealt to opponent when attacking a weakness, decreases counter cooldown on 1v1s, increases damage on 1v1s, increases crit rate, increased recovery speed, increased damage dealt when attributes enemies weak against, and just increased damage. Okay, I've gone for like full power. Coco has attack and defense, duration of status elements, decreased damage taken, because she's a bit of a glass cannon, so she needed a defense boost. Increased attack on number of fragments, she has a number of them. Decreases likelihood of being inflicted with statuses, increased chance to dodge, and increased chance to dodge. Because, you know, like I said, she's a glass cannon, she has the lowest defense of the party, but like the highest attack. And Shio, she's got medical skills, so double healing, ether recovery speed, crit rate, defense, attack and defense when health's low, and increased effective recovery. Okay. I think I can probably replace this if I'm honest. Increased attack and defense when other allies have been taken out. Nah. Slow immunity, a second chance if you get downed. You're not on support, so that doesn't matter. Decreases damage taken on 1v1. Actually, yeah, I'll give you that. And then my support unit covers a small amount of HP, increase ordering, HP and ether charges after each order of the ring, nice, and HP around each time of the ordering. Okay. And then Hina, Reina I haven't used really at all, which is why in New Game Plus I'm going to be making a point of using them like almost universally. I'm going to be benching Coco and Shio because I've had them for most of the game, because they're just so good. And I like, genuinely, if I go to, would it be here? Yeah, look, 384 attack, 403 defense, and 467 attack, 309 defense. Like, she's got much lower defense but much higher attack. While Shio's a lot more middle grounded. Like, she's got slightly lower attack, but she's got good healing skills and good coverage. Hiyori is the full-blown mage, the only magician of the game. Like I say that everyone's got magic skills, but like she's got like every element coverage. Like, she's a great magic user, which is why I have her on support, but her attack's great. Hina is about combo boosting, like getting high hit counts, and Reina is a very defensive supportive unit. Like, she's got the highest, nearly the highest defense in the game, but her ether speed is super high, so she gets skills more often, and her attack's kind of low, so she is entirely built around being a support unit. No, I don't want to. Okay, I got it. This is the problem. I was saying it earlier, it's like, it reminds me of like the Pride ship in Persona 5 to an extent, where when I got to it, I didn't want to do it, because I knew I was at the end of the game. I knew it represented the end of the game being there. But let's do this. Let's see what the grand finale of the main run is. And so it's not over, because we got NG+, but it's having to accept after this that, you know, well, most of the new content is now seen. It's not blind anymore. There's going to be unique new scenes throughout the course of the game when we go through NG+, because it's not just new ending, there's new scenes scattered throughout the whole game. But it's still like, you know, the main adventure's going to be done. There's nothing, like, big new that I have to wait for other than the NG+ ending. Let's just go. A dead end? Does this mean we've reached the deepest part? What's that? There's something scary about it. This could be the reason our emotions didn't reach origin. What could it be? Bushido's Palace did a phenomenal job at being a final palace. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, it gave that feeling of finality the whole way through. Especially on your first playthrough, like, it kind of hits you. It's like, oh fuck, I'm at the end. And it's like, it's something you had to kind of actually process, especially if you really cared about that cast and characters. You knew you were going to have to let them go soon. I'm going to go check it out. But it might be dangerous! I'm just going to touch it a little, leave this to the leader. Oh, wow. If the atmosphere top notch, absolutely. How is this my... I'm the reason? Oh no, I know what that means. The reason why everyone has doubts is because they care for Al, and I think they all, in the pit, like the deepest pits of their mind, know they're gonna forget Al ever existed. That's what it's gonna be, isn't it? This game's gonna make me cry. Who are you? Have you found the answer? So it is me. I've met so many people here. I've made so many memories and created bonds with all of them. Those things are that special thing I was looking for. They're my treasures. Yeah, Al's big thing throughout the course of this game is that she feels like a nobody. She feels like just a normal, plain, average nobody girl who's just going through the motions of life. And so she treasures every single moment she gets here in Oasis because she gets to feel special. She gets to be, you know, the leader of the party, the people that powers on and encourages others. She gets, you know, have these magical powers and, you know, help everyone overcome their difficulties. Like, you know, she gets to be someone here. I am Ao Hoshizaki. I am no one else. And that's all I need to be. And the face expressions in this game are god tier. The Gust, for not being, you know, the biggest studio in the world, they have perfected the anime art style over the years. Are you willing to give up everything you've gained? Huh? A world created from the feeling's sense of origin. A world created in the image of the old world. And yet it is the world which you originate. You belong to the future of the world that will be created. So does that mean I just go back to my original world? Then I have nothing to worry about. If everyone comes to the world I lived in, then you will never meet them. You should know that better than anyone. Yeah, because you're just a plain old average girl. No one remembers you. You will be reborn and live your life you've always known. Or normally. Grow up normally. And become a normal student. And then, what? Come to Oasis, rebuild the world, forget everything and be reborn again. And the process repeats. She's stuck in a loop. Oh my god, she's stuck in a... It's a fucking time loop plot? Oh! Okay, I get it. They're going to rebuild the world exactly how it is, and everyone will be restarted the way it is. They will go through their lives, but they will reach this exact point again where Al drops her phone, leans over to get it, and it triggers the cycle again that led to her to ending up in Oasis, rebuilding. Look, you know, the world gets destroyed again by the Ashfall. She meets everyone again. They go through the exact same pattern. You know, Yuki and Reina fall in love again. We find Yuta again. We help everyone out. We find the truth. Remake the world again, and then the process cycle goes on and on and on. The normal ending is going to be showing that cycle. The true ending is going to be breaking free of it, calling it now. The true ending is going to be someone's going to notice Al, remember, and pull her out the cycle. By doing so, you will ensure a peaceful future for them. But there will be nothing left for you. You really me? How do you know all of this? Because... It transformed me when I touched it. At least New Game Plus will make complete sense. Yeah, it's literally it would literally be the next cycle. Literally. It's something beyond this world. It touches everything in this world. But the thing is, what's interesting is your talent levels, you know, basically your social links in this game. There's implication then, following this idea of the time loop, there's implication that they can spiritually remember. Because half of your talent will carry over. So if I've got Uta at rank 10, when I meet her again, she'll be at rank 5. So there will be lingering memories per se that will result in that talent rank already being partially full in New Game Plus. So that's actually really clever in the narrative. Because Uta is the only character I got to max out. She's the only one at rank 10. Everyone else is at them anywhere between 7 and 9. Shio being at 7, most of everyone else being at 9. So all of them will be halved too, but it will make it so it's more approachable to bump everyone up. But at the same time making sense narratively. That's really clever actually. So it was there too. As long as I am me, I will always be in contact with it. You're the same, aren't you? So give up, end this. It's the only way you'll ever escape. I won't do it. No matter what happens to me, I'll make sure the others get their future. I won't let you stand in my way. So that's how it is. Then there's nothing more to be said. Show me the strength of those emotions. Alright, final boss time, I suppose. This is... Yuzu, Lime! Is everything okay? I don't know. Where are we? The rooftop? What's with all the red everywhere? But why? Why are we back here? They're going to make the final boss on the rooftop of the hub world? That's kind of cute. No, this is different from the normal rooftop. What is this? Ow, what happened? Oh shit. I met the final boss. Ow, ow, you're not supposed to say it like that. Ow, that's a little too meta. Ow. To be fair, the game was meta earlier. Just before the final chapter, there was one last, like, block of dates you could go on, and there's a point where Al picks up a letter and it says, oh, they want to meet with me. Oh, who's it signed by? And the game let you choose who it was signed by. So it was basically asking you, who is it you want in your mind to be the one that cares about Al the most? So I picked Uta, and we got one last send-off together. Yeah, that's meta as fuck. I was like, the final boss? The fuck are you talking about? Oh, here we go. What's going to come out? Please have a cool design. What is that? Okay, that's kind of... I hope something breaks out of it at least. What is that? That's what's stopping our emotions. Once we defeat it, it will all be over. Al's not going to tell them that she's going to be stuck in a time loop. I was gonna avoid that information. She's gonna wait for all of them to be free and just accept the time loop and accept her place as never being able to live any kind of life. She's gonna be stuck in this loop in Oasis. She's not gonna tell them that. Oh, ow! Are you all with me? Of course. That thing doesn't stand a chance. We'll beat that thing, and the world will be remade. We can do it. Yeah, as long as we're all together, it'll be okay. Everyone. This has happened before. I need to stay focused. I have to fight for what matters, to protect everyone's lives. This really was the best summer vacation ever, wasn't it? Huh? Every day I spent in this world was so much fun. It felt just like summer vacation. But just like summer vacation, it has to end sometime. So that we can all see each other at school again. Let's do this. As long as we're together, there's nothing we can't do. Let's get back our regular lives. It's time for it looks like my summer vacation is over. Alright, final boss time, I think. What's this thing called? System. Oh, it's literally the world system. And it's 5 levels under us. Why did... they should have made it 50, and they should have bumped up the level cap. Let your guard down. I have a feeling this won't be easy. Yes. Stun gun the motherfucker. It might have some hidden tricks. Be careful. Alright, one last transformation. Oh, this music good. Oh, I'm turning it up in my ear. Oh, this is good. Oh, there's the game's main theme speaking in. That violin is doing the main theme's melody. There's that leitmotif again. Which it makes most sense. You can have the leitmotif play anywhere. Play it in the final boss. I'll do like a proper update video tomorrow, but essentially, to give you the heads up, the plan is after I finish this game, which will almost definitely be this stream now, tomorrow I'm taking off, Thursday is Sonic Origins, but then after that point, every other stream is going to be more of this, you go through New Game Plus, because I'm aware that just going through this whole game again, not everyone's going to be on board to want to watch that, but if it's just something else along the way, then, you know, that would be easier to justify for me who just wants to really play more of this game. I'm going to let that build up to 2, because I want to... Okay, there's going to be multiple phases. There's no way we're going to kill this boss in a second. There's going to be multiple phases. Oh, fuck, okay, that's hard to read. Now, got it. Gotcha. Yeah, the timing on that's a little awkward. But yeah, there's absolutely another phase. This is going... Yeah, the fact that it's dead, there's absolutely going to be another phase. The final boss of the first game had 3 phases. So I imagine it'll be a similar deal here. But then the final boss of the first game was also 2 boss fights back to back, and both of them had 3 phases. So technically it was 6 phases as a whole. Alright, let's see what it becomes. Oh, into the void. Okay, what's going to come out? Please be something cool. Is it a giant fish thing? Okay. It's huge. I suppose we should have expected that it wouldn't be this easy. It looks pretty dang mad! Yuki. Good, I'm mad too. Also, that was pretty cool, like, handiwork. The fact that Owl's worried about feeling normal. Just throwing out that the fact that Owl's worried about feeling normal, yeah, she's got her that much skill in using a scythe. No, she's not a normal girl. Let's be honest. I am going to... I'm going to drop one of these for the stat boosts. Oi, what's this thing called now? The one who desires the end. Oh, there's that leitmotif again. Oh, this is kind of techie for a final boss theme. Ow. Okay, I want to establish that so we don't have to worry about our guard getting broken. Yeah, the design's not winning any awards. It's alright for a final boss, but that name is sick. The one who desires the end. That's a sick name. Oh my god! It's the main theme. Oh. Okay, well, sorry, this is a very beautiful rendition. That was a very beautiful rendition of the main theme. I got a tear in my eye from that. Oh. Excellently done. This game, just the opera vocals that like snuck in at the very end of that main theme bit just brought a tear to my eye. Ow, 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 ow. I've used a fucking elixir. Hang on, there's an elixir for everyone? Yeah, it is. I've got these elixirs. I should probably not just save them. This is the fight. Oh, Jesus. God, there is like an actual opera in the back. Okay, there's the timing. I'll just dodge this one because counter's not ready. I really hope in the next game they expand on the 1v1 so much, because it's so fun, but once you get the timing, you can't lose. Oh, hang on. Look at our combo count. We're going to end this in style. Oh, this might kill, though. Actually, no, I'll wait. I'll just set up a safe shield. Let's end this in style. Shio, let's cook the son of a bitch. Just chuck it in the fucking cauldron pot. And then we're gonna bathe in it. That's how much we're gonna dunk on this final boss. One who desires the end. Yeah, fuck you. As the beautiful music plays again. Yep, that killed it. Alright, another phase, or is that it? Another phase, okay. Oh, I was kinda... There was a small part of me that was kinda hoping that would be it, just so I thought that would be funny. Stun gun. I need to delay that as much as possible. It's gonna hit. Oh, this is gonna hurt. It's gonna hit. Oh no, it's way too late. Okay, we're just gonna have to take this on in the face. Oh Jesus! Ow! 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 Oh God! Okay, the reason why that super is a pain in the ass isn't because of the damage. Look, it's like it's nerfed us. It's nerfed our attack, our speed, and our recovery. It literally just fucked us. Drop an elixir. You got so I need to not just hold on to them. I need to use them. Is it still called the one who severs emotions? Oh God. Just drop a shield. Some big one happened and just didn't. Yeah, I can't get what you mean. Ow, ow. Oh, it's charging up for something. Look at that. Ow. I hope in hard mode we really notice the difference. Because this is kind of like falling apart the same way every boss fight we've done so far fell apart. As in, like, once I had a bit of a mojo going, nothing could stop us. Because nothing has stopped us. 1v1? Yes, okay. Who's doing it? Ooh, ow. Okay, I needed a sec. I need to... It's slightly later than I think. Got it. So, like, now? Got it. So that's the problem. The moment you give me the opportunity to figure out the timing, they kind of get fucked. The 1v1s become kind of very easy for me. We're not going to be able to kill it in this one, though, because it's got a lot more health to burn through, but still. Oh, I was slightly too early. Reigns of the end. I do kind of wish the final boss was a bit tougher, if I'm honest. I say that, I might have spoken too soon, we might get fucked in a second. But it's like, the early game was respectably difficult. Because of how little resources you had, and what you had to kind of work yourself up with. And I was kind of hoping that difficulty would carry on, but it kind of hasn't. Oh, that was too late. Like, once we got a mojo going, especially once I started getting some levels as well, this game's difficulty... I wouldn't say it entirely fell apart, because we've had a few moments where, like, shit's gone wrong, and we've had to kind of go, oh, whoops, and figure something out. But as a whole, it's been pretty manageable since. The boss is too big. The boss is too big. It's like we're like clipping through it a little bit. Alright, I've already got a shield in place, so that's fine. And I will attack... Actually, I will do something else, then do it, just to make sure there's enough time. So then another shield is immediately put back on place the moment this ends. Even if this is going to put like a million status conditions on us again. Yeah, so the main thing of that attack isn't the damage. It's the status conditions it slaps on you afterwards. There we are. Holy shit. Oh, it's constantly enforcing the status conditions. We healed them off and they immediately went back on. It's got like a negative field sort of thing then. So I'm going to get ready to do... No worries, dude. You take care, because I won't be streaming tomorrow. I will do an update video tomorrow, just talking, like, more generalizing, talking about the grand plan and what I'm going to do. Like, you know, like Sonic Origins and, you know, the second playthrough of this. But then I'll be back to streaming properly on Thursday. Is that it, or you got one more phase? One more phase. Okay, what's it called now? Oh, no, maybe not. It still won't go down. We can't give up. We fight until we can't fight anymore. And the support units, like, they're feeling bad, aren't they? If only we could fight too. Can we only sit here and watch? There has to be something we can do. Good old Uta, the master plan. You're right, there is something. Why is Kirara ramping up to get ready to punch? What's she gonna do? Yeah, both games this week, so I have the money. Fair enough. So the first game's got some jank, but I still really enjoy it. But this game's like genuinely becoming like my game of the year. I love this game. Oh, it's raining now. Look, there's a rain effect. Ooh. What's the enemy called now? The World! Is it fucking Dio? The World! Oh, it's fucking Dio. Uh-oh. I put the shield just in place, so this will be fine. Ooh, it lowers all of your stats. That's kind of evil. Also, I noticed it was level 48 now, so it's a bit closer to 50. You do that. You, Hades. Oh, we just got a boost from Yuki as well. Okay, so the support units are doing something in that sense. Also, hang on. Support... Oh, okay, here we go. Come on, Yuki, what you got for us? Auto heal. You gave us regen? Oh, atta girl. Let me help too. Okay, Uta. My wife. What have you got for us? I've got a shield preset, so we should be fine. Alright, Uta, what have you got for us? Ooh, defense boost, okay. Oh, is it going to be that, like, we're going to become, like, gods here unstoppable as this fight goes on? Is that how it's going to work? Oh, there's that game's main theme again. I don't think I need the support unit anymore. Turn our emotions into power. Yeah, it was! I thought I saw it a minute ago. When it makes that attack where it makes like all these lasers surrounding us, the red like portal things it makes in the portals are images from earlier events in the game. It's our memories being used as weapons against us. Alright, you got a regen and a defense boost. What are you gonna be? As my throat goes. Your attack boost. Okay, so we're gonna hit harder. Hey, look, you can throw whatever you want. I'm just replacing the shield every time. I'm not gonna use an ether or resonance because I want to see all these scenes play out. That's why I'm kind of just letting things go. Oh yeah, we're doing insane damage. You need to kind of hurry up, Kirara. It's about to die. I imagine Kirara would just been like a speed boost. Oh fuck you, that's super delayed. Fuck you, trying to figure that one out. That's insanely delayed. Okay, game. Oh yeah, screw trying to figure that one out. I'm just gonna go for the attack. That's idiotically delayed. Now. Okay, got it. Let's put on manual. I want to see what... There we go. I want to see this scene before we went. Alright, Kirara. So I imagine you're going to be speed boost or ether recovery speed boost? Yes. So now our ether's super boosted. Alright, let's kill this fucking thing. Is that it? Yes. Don't get up again. We're so close. I can't move. Reina, what are you doing? It's the only way. This is how we win. Direct all your feelings to Al. Oh Jesus! They're all giving her more of their soul to make Al stronger. Thank you, everyone. I'll end all of this. Everyone's entrusted literally their souls into her. Is it a 1v1 now, or is this going to be a cutscene? You can do it, Al! I finally found something that makes me special. Everyone has given me so much. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. Wherever we are, our feelings tie us together. These bonds make us stronger. Bonds make her stronger. Trophy unlocked, the end of summer. Okay, that's it, I imagine. I'm getting emotional. I bet she's gonna, oh no, I know what it's gonna be. She's gonna wake up and not have her memories, right? Or is they gonna wake up back in the hub and say their final goodbyes at least? Oh, thank God, she's gonna get to say her final goodbyes at least. I was like, she's gonna wake up and not remember anything and start that cycle. Is everyone okay? Yes. Thank goodness we're all okay. Yeah. This must be the real rooftop. The device. It stopped. Has the world been rebuilt? At the very least, we were able to consolidate our emotions into one. Then all we can do is wait, it seems. Time to say goodbye to this world. Oh, is everything alright? Hey Yuzu, how much longer does Oasis have left? I'm not sure, maybe a day at most. A day, huh? When you think about how long we spent here, a day sure does feel short. Yeah. I want to stay here right until the end. All the time we spent together, all the things we created, I came to really like this world. But this is our last day. Who do I spend it with? Oh no! You're gonna make me choose? They're gonna make me choose? Oh, no. You know who I'm gonna pick. And there's no music either, it's just fucking do it. I'm gonna save. Oh my god. I'm saving because I'm obviously gonna want to see everyone's, but I'm gonna go with Uta first because I think it might lead straight into the credits. Hey. For the last day I want to spend it with Uta. Yes. In the end, I've come this far and still don't have an answer. Answer for what? What are emotions? What is this fuzzy sensation in my heart? Can I be forgiven? And will the new world have any need for me? Well, I think that would be hard for anyone to answer. Not just you. Is that so? I think there's a place for everyone in this world, though I guess that's easy for me to say. I think the old world has a very hard place to live in for you. Even I can't totally understand. I think I can at least sympathize. But that won't do. We're going to the new world together. Huh? I won't let anyone be left behind. Everyone is going together. Nothing will change the things that happened in the old world. But do you think that I can still change? That's something you have to decide yourself. You decide the path you'll take in the new world, how you'll live. How I'll live. Are you worried? A little, yes. Then this is what we'll do. If you fail, the others and I will come and stop you as many times as we have to. So you don't need to be afraid of failure. Just try not to cause too much trouble, okay? What kind of plan is that? Did I say something weird? Not at all. I understand. I'll keep your words close to my heart, Al. What's wrong, Uta? How embarrassing. I never thought I'd say something like that. It's proof that you're starting to change. Do you think so? I hope you're right. Yeah. I don't know if it's possible for someone like me to change, but I'll never stop hoping. That is the new world. That in the new world, I'll be a new me. And here we are. The sky is all cracked. We have to go. And everything you wanted? Yeah, I think it's time to say goodbye to this world. Well, we need to anyway. If this works, we'll be able to return to our peaceful lives, right? Are you worried, Hiyori? I believe it will work, but I'm still worried. If the ash goes away, if it really goes away, I should be able to live. But that part of me still isn't sure if it'll be that simple. Yeah. And if we lose all of our memories from our lives here in the old world, there's no telling if the world will truly be remade according to our wishes. And there's no guarantee that we'll be able to live the same kind of life in the rebuilt world. There's a chance we may never meet our acquaintances from the old world in the new one. Kirara. If I'm able to continue living in the new world, it may be best for me to not see you all again. Why are you still talking like that? Nobody here wants that. I can't help but worry about it. What's on your mind, Al? Oh, I'm a little nervous too, but I'm hopeful at the same time. Hopeful? How should I put it? I feel uplifted. The sounds of cicadas that used to drive me crazy. The same boring walk to and from school every single day. All those stupid supplementary lessons. Something tells me that the world that was always so boring will somehow seem brighter now. That's why I'm looking forward to it. Ow. Yeah, you're right. The world is dying. In the end, it was Al that saved us. Indeed, Al was the reason I am who I am now. There's so much we could have done without her. It doesn't really feel that way to me. But it's true. Thank you, Al. Kokoro. I should be thanking you. Ever since I came here, I've worried about what a normal girl like me could possibly do. I was never cut out to be a leader. I made my fair share of big mistakes because of that. But the reason we're here is thanks to you all. I never would have made it without your support. Because I'm here and met all of you, learned what you all care about through your memories, felt all of your emotions. I'm a different person than the one that used to spend all her days in boredom. I wonder if there's anything more I could have done, if there's anything I could have given back to everyone. You gave us a lot, Ao. So much more than you could possibly realize. We're all connected here thanks to you. The feelings we got from you are what connects us, what binds us, Ao. Everyone. Thank you. This is really the end. Summer vacation was over before I knew it. But our connection is strong. If we ever go back to our daily lives, that fact will never change. That's why I'm not afraid. Yeah. Oh, it's that game's main theme again. Yeah. 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 Everyone. Till we meet again. Oh. Oh, I'm screenshotting that. Time to see our ending, I guess. It just ends! Oh. Oh. Oh, I'm fucking crying. Oh. I know there's a little bit more yet. We still got the New Game Plus run. But if I had to give some final thoughts, I love this game. I love this game. This is one of the most enjoyable, most soul-cleansing experiences I have ever had in a video game. This game is so much. The characters are so beautiful, they're so well written, they're so charming. The main theme of empathy works so well with all of them. Everyone is so fascinating to learn about and, you know, bounce off and try and understand and find a way forward with them and get closer to them. All the little antics of all the characters are so fun and charming. You know, being able to have Ao be such a wonderful protagonist in the center of all this mystery and, like, have her, you know when to be serious, have her own doubts and weaknesses, have her own anxieties, but know when to also goof off, know when to do the right thing, made her so, like, invigorating and so exciting as a protagonist to play as. Kokoro was such a cool character in terms of, like, how she could grow and develop. Like, you saw how weak and, like, self-conscious she was, and how she came out of her shell to become, like, that big sister of the group that was kind of very motherly at points. Reina's fucking vulnerability in her love with Yuki was so heartwarming. Her, like, discovering herself and learning, like, where she is and what she wants to do was so divine and so inviting and so beautiful. I'm like, holy shit, it was so much. Yuki and her journey, and, like, Yuki, you know, having to be so deathly sick and find herself and learn that she can rely on others, that you don't need to do the kind lies, that you can accept who you are. And Kirara, like, learning to fend for herself and learning to stand on her own 2 feet away from this divine voice, or, you know, the influence of her father trying to exploit her all the time, being able to, you know, be herself. The sisters learning to trust each other and connect with each other once again, and learn to trust others and not rely on their past. Fucking Uta, best girl Uta, and her journey of, you know, the sadistic monster she was, to learning, like, you know, love again, learning the, like, empathy and emotion to find who she wants to be. Oh, every character in this game is so fucking beautiful. Even Yuzu and Lime got to have some more closure in their character after the first. The music is so divine and how it incorporates the game's main leitmotif the whole way through, and every track still feels unique and special. The combat is such an upgrade from the first game, where it's so much more involved and interactive. There's so many more layers, there's more party members than just the starting 3 compared to the first game. It visually is stunning, the variety of dungeons are great, the dungeons are super fun to explore. Unlike the first game where they got a bit repetitive, they're super fun to explore. The narrative is super interesting. I loved the twist with Yuki actually being dead and having to resolve it and find a way forward, and, you know, she gets reborn and is being a tool by the world system. I love that Uta gets to face her past self and gets to face who she was and move forward. The fact that Ao is a cog in this machine and like she's now trapped in a loop, and it's like the New Game Plus is probably going to be her breaking free of that loop. Is going to be someone remembering and loving her so much that they pull her through and remember her, and they all remember each other. I'm calling it now. Ugh. Sorry, I'm crying. I literally am tearing up as I talk. Everything about this game, I couldn't have asked for any more. I genuinely couldn't. This game is so good. Sorry, I'm crying. This game means so much, and I won't soon forget it. The fucking hub world, for God's sake. The hub space is so comforting to be in all the time. It's like you every time you're there, like you're talking to characters, you're going on dates, you're building little things, you're bouncing off side quests, you're exploring parts of the school, you're going on little misadventures. It always felt like home, you know? It always felt like such an inviting and lovely place to be in. Like, even more to an extent than some places, you know, in real life. Like, it was so relaxing and inviting, and I know I'm kind of rambling, but just so good. Sorry. I can't stress enough, I love this game. This game's right up there. I know it's like that honeymoon period, and so, you know, there's some things that I'll probably critique more on my New Game Plus, because there were things that I kind of want to see change in a sequel. Like, I want to see them elaborate more on 1v1s, because they're super fun, but once you understand, like, the momentum of them, they get kind of samey. I want them to buff the level cap, because I think 50 is too low. I genuinely don't want them to make a whole new cast again, because this feels like a family. I want them to add new faces, but I want the next game, if there is one, to still be focused on Ao and Kokoro and Reinu and Yuki and Kirara and Shio and Hina and the sisters and Uta. You know, I still want them, because they're such a good team, and there's still loose threads they could give closure to. And I know a lot of them might get it in their talent levels, because we only have a maxed out best girl Uta. But then that's another thing, the fact that you can actually have, you know, the girls you like in the game, if there's one in particular you like, you can sort of date them. You know, I mean, Uta confessed to Ao that she loved her, and that only happened because we decided to spend so much time with her. Gus made a masterpiece here, in my opinion, and they deserve that credit. They deserve that excellence, and I really hope this game continues to go well. They have websites. Look at those websites. Oh, and I'm screenshotting that. I need to clear my nose. Oh, I'm screenshotting that. I'm going to give Prison the screenshot button. Ah. It feels like I got to make memories with friends. And that's like the epitome of this game's feeling. And that's why it hits so hard that it's over for me. And why I got so emotional. Alright, let's see that normal ending. The loop. Because this is the normal ending. I think it's going to be Ao's just in the loop. She's going to get up as normal, and it's going to be the exact same thing we had at the start of the game. She's going to walk along, she's going to walk past someone, they're not going to notice her. She's going to walk past Uta, because that's who I picked. She's not going to notice her. And they're just going to carry on. Like, Uta's going to continue on, our beautiful best girl. She's going to carry on, and Ao's going to walk straight past her. And they're not going to notice each other because they might not remember. Yep. Not part of the life. She's not a part of the life. The memory's gone. But the fact that Uta's normal, that's a victory for me. Like, so she's smiling, she's happy, she looks up at the sky and the world around her. Ao's stuck in that fucking loop. Ao then carries on, goes down that way, drops her phone, gets warped back to Oasis, and does the cycle again. That's, yeah, I knew it, I fucking called it, that's exactly the ending. So the true ending's gonna be Uta, because that will be who we pick again, will turn around and this time notice Ao and stop her, breaking the loop once and for all. What a fucking beautiful game! Yeah, Ao's stuck in the loop, that's what this is showing. And it's probably going to leave a big hint now saying, hey, do the game again, you can break this loop. Because that's her dropping her phone, picking up, realising that the Be Reborn. Yeah, and then her ending up back in the cycle. in the time loop. Yeah. Oh, fucking... Yeah, there's the hint in the title. Hope for a reunion. It's literally telling you. It's literally right there. It's telling you, go into New Game Plus. It's telling you you can save her. You can save our and NG Plus. Okay, loading clear data allows you to carry over the following. So I'm struggling to focus because I'm so, like, emotional. The collected fragments, awesome. Half of the total talent points, great, so I'm able to max them out. The database, so that's like all the logs and whatnot, and hope for a reunion. It doesn't carry over levels, maybe, I think. It doesn't say levels. Interesting. Maybe my next playthrough will be a bit longer then. It doesn't carry over levels, I don't think. Let me save over a new file. To clear in the game, you have cleared the game, which has unlocked you the following hard difficulty. Oh, some of the shit we built's in the background. Look, I wonder if that saved it all in. If it logged it in, like once you beat the game, it logs everything you built in the world. Because we didn't hot air balloons back there. Yeah, I just gave my final thoughts in the credits, but we now know what we're working for. Oh yeah, she's swimming in. Okay, she's kind of clipping through the thing, but shh. So we know what our journey is. In New Game Plus, it's going to be... We're going to be doing everything. We're going to see a lot of dates again, but that's fine. I want to max everyone else's talent levels. I want to see this through to the very end. We are going to do this all again on hard mode in New Game Plus. Even if we're going to, be starting at level 1, if we carry over all our fragments, we will already have a head start. Even if we don't carry over our resources, which makes me super curious what those meteorite pieces are for. If the meteorite pieces themselves don't carry over, when we get there again, in New Game Plus, I will backtrack out and see if we can make anything. But I need to rest. I love this game, and if you've watched this all the way through and you haven't considered getting it yet, I don't know what to tell you. This genuinely has been one of the best... I'm starting to cry again. Been one of the best video game experiences I have ever had in my 23 years. I can't... This game is so special to me. This game means so much to me. This is really, really right up there. I know it's the honeymoon effect, where it's like, it's the heightened emotions, but this is genuinely one of my all-time favorite games now. This is right up there. My initial thoughts of it, it's like genuinely top 3 of all the games I've played in my entire fucking life. I can't... This game is so special. And the fact that we're at the end of the first run is so heartbreaking for me, because I love it. I wanted to keep on seeing more. I wanted to keep... And there's going to be more. There's going to be New Game Plus. But I need to stop. Tomorrow, there will be an update video properly breaking down how I'm going to handle Blue Reflection, Second Light, and everything moving forward. And how I want to handle everything, and yada yada. On Thursday, Sonic Origins releases. I've got it pre-installed, so we'll literally be able to just fire it up and go in the morning. After Sonic Origins, it will be this, and it will be other stuff alongside it, but we'll get to that when we get to that. As always, however, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll stick around for the New Game Plus hard run, where we go for the true ending and fight for everything. This game is special to me. It might not be special for everyone, because ultimately it's a game about a bunch of kids going on an adventure, but it's a bunch of kids going on an adventure with a central theme of empathy, and the person who's playing it is someone who has had a long history of being overly empathetic with video game characters because of the escapism it brought me when I was a kid. I've talked about it many times before. I don't mind talking about it. It's the escapism this game brought me from having a not so great upbringing, which was no fault of my parents. They just didn't get along and they argued a lot, and I'm getting bullied at school and all that. Like, my escapism, my only time I felt safe and happy was playing video games in my room. And so I became extremely empathetic, and I ended up treating the characters on the screen as my friends and loving them the way you would love a friend. I love this cast of characters, and I don't say that as loving them as them. I love them as them, you know, as if they were real, which I know is kind of a bad habit, but you know what I mean. Like, this cast mean a lot to me. We're gonna break our free of that loop. I refuse to completely stop this game until we do. We're gonna go through this whole game again on hard. It's gonna be a fun challenge to see how different it actually is on hard and how much it rips your head off, but I look forward to it. And I said, we'll have a foot in the door because of the fragments anyway, but I look forward to it. It's gonna be a fun time, I think. It'll be interesting to be able to pick up on all the little hints. Now we know the big plot twists, like all the context. Like, now we have context, like all the little moments of Reina and Yuki being together before they actually confess, like how Coco is when we go through her dungeon, and like the signs even at the start of the first dungeon and what it all means. We're gonna break our free of the loop and get that reunion, but it's gonna be so fascinating to see the journey again. Now we know, and see what little things we missed that we might now get, what dates I missed that we can get, what little events and sequences that can happen that I just happened to walk past. Because I never, like, it wasn't until about halfway through the game that I even realized that there were all these slight events that you could randomly trigger, like maybe going to the roof, that weren't just the hallway. Because the hallway, we eventually realized, was for talent levels. Every time you hit an even numbered talent, if you went to the first floor hallway, you'd get a scene. But I need to actually wrap up because I actually need the bathroom. Okay. It was a shorter stream, I know, but it was a good one. Thank you all so much for watching. I took plenty of screenshots. I'll see you guys on Thursday, but like I said, I'll do an update video tomorrow.